What's going on, my good people? This your boy Lipo the Entertainer, here to bring you some action at the Pepsi National Battle of the Bands 2026. This is going to be interesting to see. You know, this is the first Battle of the Bands of the year for all these HBCUs, so I'm really excited to see what they're going to bring. I hope they bring that heat, okay? So one thing I would like to add as well is that, you know, we got several bands here, so let me name them off. We have Florida Memorial, we have North Carolina A&T, South Carolina State University, Bethune-Cookman, Southern University, and FAMU. We got a good bit of bands here. We got a good bit of bands, and you know, this is going to be very entertaining to see. Okay. What I would like to add as well is that at the end of the video, I will be giving a ranking system of who was the strongest band presented at the Battle of the Bands. Okay, that's not a permanent thing. That's just my opinion. Okay, who was the strongest? Okay, but throughout the video, I will be grading them individually, and if they make a good grade, I will give them a W on their record. Okay, they will get a win on their record, but there will be no losses issued. Okay, what is these records tied into? So these records are tied into me doing a tier list system. So if you want to see what that looks like, please click on the link above. Okay, these tier lists help me rank these bands for the year, so people can understand the depth of how strong a band really was that season, and it's for educational purposes for bandsmen, just in case they want to find themselves going to a certain band program. They kind of can put together a puzzle of what, you know, they need to understand as far as that band program is concerned. So it's for educational purposes, not for any bash any band organization. Alrighty, so Florida Memorial will be the first band I will be grading. I haven't seen them at all this season, so you know that will be the thing. So before we get into that, look to the cards next to me so you know we'll be grading. We're grading entrance, songs, formations, dancers, breakdown, and overall creativity. Maximum points they can make all together is 25. With that extra creative, they can round their possible grade up to a possible 30. Okay, if a band is able to get a 5 in all those categories besides creative, they will get a perfect field show rating. Okay, a perfect field show rating, that's an automatic dub. Okay, creativity is just the extra incentive, but you know, that can still, if they can't get a perfect field show rating, they still have a chance to get what they need to get. If they make at least a 27 with the creative, if they don't get a perfect field show rating, they still will be receiving a dub from me. Okay, so anything underneath that is not a passing grade, and I will tell you why. And you know, me, you know, giving, you know, things, but this usually Battle of the Bands, they usually do a lot of creative stuff, so I don't think that they would not make anything creative, but you get what I'm saying. So sometimes bands kind of like that oomph, if you get what I'm saying. So, but Florida Memorial will be the first band I will be grading for this. Okay, again, this is my first time seeing them. I have not seen them at all this season. I saw a battle with them with Clark Atlanta, and I will be grading that eventually. So don't think that I'm not going to grade any of their season. I'm going to be grading all HBCU bands and giving them a ranking. Okay, if they have footage, I'm going to grade it. All right, so if you're new to the channel or you're part of the Florida Memorial family, please consider subscribing and liking up this video, because more content will be coming your way eventually. Okay, but this is my fair and honest take on this battle. So again, there's no favoritism or nothing like that. This is just me giving it from the hip. Now, this is the only view I can see that's from the back. Everything is from the back. Everything. I have not seen any videos from the front. But you know, I think I can get what I need out of this as far as sustenance from this angle. Okay, so just bear with your boy. You know, I'm gonna give it to you raw and uncut. Okay, really appreciate y'all for tuning in. Let's get into the action.
The 2025-26 edition of the Coalition.
Sound looks very clean, very crisp. Yeah, I like that. That's nice.
Are you ready? FAMU University is in your house. Listen as the band opens to the stampede. Arranged by the maestro of the 305, Dr. Richard Bedford. Conducting the associate of the bands, Mr. Brian Snell. 561, the sound you've been waiting on.
Okay,
It's free time, Shaka Khan style. Performing the tune, I Know You, I Live You, arranged by Dr. Richard Beckford, the maestro of the 305. At this time, the
looks very pretty.
thank you to the following bands.
They got the legs up.
This past week, Florida A&M University, 2100, Southern University, South Carolina State. Thank you. Listen, as the Suicide Squad, under the leadership of Mr. Doris Lovely and assisted by Mr. Dirty Chevron.
Got a drumline feature. We're gonna give the dancers the Egyptian, because we can't get a good clear view of them.
It's the 2025-26 edition of Lion Essence.
Appreciate the Zoom. We needed something. They did pretty good for what I could see. They did pretty good.
The maestro of the 305. Tonight, conducted by the Associate Director of Bands, Mr. Brian Snell. The tune from the 1986 Rapture album, Anita Baker, Mystery.
I hear y'all whirlwinds. They have a real clean sound. They hit that true.
There are 8 here tonight. The Fierce Flags, under the direction of Mr. Jabari Cruz.
Man, they pen is crucial. They pen is crucial.
It's time for a little 305 in your house. Founded in 1879, South Florida's only HBCU. What you know about the legacy? The war, doing it, the rock. December 24th, 2025. The founding creator of the World War II went on with his ancestors. Make a difference, a legacy of excellence. Your music, your mentorship, your love will echo forever. Everybody in the stadium, get on your feet. Take back the original. The man, the legacy, the legend, Dr. Richard Butler. Associate Director of the band, Mr. Brian Smith. Assistant Director of the band, Mr. Kevin Martin. Assistant Director, Mr. Rashad Mussolini. Director of Percussion, Charles Butler. Assistant Director of Percussion, Cody Jacob. Mr. Devon Hu. Director of Media, Benson Moore.
Alright, let's get that a grade. Very, very fun field show, I can say, to watch. Very entertaining for me to look at that field show. Very, very entertaining. Alright. So, what did they make? Let's find out. Okay? Entrance is a 5. Songs is a 5. They sounded really, really clean. They sounded really, really clean. Even though we got the back view of the band, they sounded very clean. For me to hear the woodwinds and how their arrangements sound very clean. Formations is a 5. Dancers, I give them an exemption. For what I can tell, they did look clean, but I couldn't get a clean view, so I'm giving them an exemption. Breakdown, I'm going to give them a 4. Okay? Creativity, I'm going to give them a 4. Alright? But almost a perfect. Almost a perfect. It was still a great field show. The reason why I gave them a 4 in the breakdowns because you had some individuals that were not really too synced up with the band, if that makes sense. Alright? It's not me picking on Florida Memorial, you know. I don't think that was truly their strength. I feel like the breakdown can have a little bit more energy, but it was clean. Don't get me wrong, it was clean. You just had some people who were not in sync with the band as much as they could have been, and you know, I feel like it could have been a little bit more energy. A little bit more energy. I just felt like there was some parts where some of the bandsmen were just going through the motions. But they had a lot of breakdown features for them to do that. So that did carry that grade up to a 4. So they have a strong grade, very, very strong grade. Creativity, I feel like if I would have been able to see a clear enough view of the dancers, they probably would have got extra. Same thing with the drum majors. If I could have seen them a little bit more, I probably would have gave them that. But is it a passing grade? Would they get their first dub for me? Let's find out. So they got them a 28. A 28. Okay. 28 is a passing grade for me, ladies and gentlemen. So here it is, ladies and gentlemen. Payal. There it is. Well deserved from Florida Memorial. Very excited. That was my first time ever seeing this band, ever. So, you know, that says a lot. So I can't wait to grade them later on. I think they're in the independent bracket. So I will be grading some more of them this upcoming season, this off season. So be looking out for some more videos like that. So again, if you're new to the channel and you're part of the Florida Memorial family, please consider being part of this family, because I ain't forgot about y'all. Okay, every HBCU is going to get a grade. If it's footage, I'm going to grade it. If it's no footage, then I'm not going to see it. So that's how I see it. I feel like every band should get love, and it's not always about SWAC bands either. You know, I think there's a lot of things, a lot of people in SWAC and Meek bands, you know. Seek is the ones, Seek in the independent brackets bands don't get as much love as they should. So my mission is to educate the masses on options. You know, a lot of people be like, oh, well, I want to go to SWAC because this, and the third, they got a media team. But some of these smaller bands have media teams too, and they overlook it. So I wanted to bring that to y'all as far as the masses, and that's my mission as well, to educate y'all and everything on that. So, but very strong field show. I enjoyed it, you know, really enjoyed that. But I know when I do get to the Seek tier list, that after I get finished grading up the SWAC, I will be getting that battle between y'all and Clark Atlanta. Definitely. Be looking out for it, because I know y'all been wanting to see that. Alrighty. So we got North Carolina A&T. We got the back view of North Carolina A&T, but I got extra footage. I got their footage. Okay, so whatever we can't see from the front, we will get clarification from the front on here. Okay, from the back we'll get clarification on this video. All right. So I did that for Bethune-Cookman too. Everybody else is pretty much straightforward, but you kind of get what I'm getting at on that. But just for these two, okay, South Carolina State is good. Southern and FAMU is good. It's just North Carolina A&T and Bethune-Cookman. I think the reason why it's like this as well is because, you know, you got to play for both sides, because people get seats from other directions, so they want to make sure both sides get the exact same type of love. One thing I would wish that I would want all these bands to start incorporating, I know FAMU does it every now and then, is to play to both sides of the crowd. Like, I get that you got one side, but use your field wisely. That's gonna show your dedication to your field, to your audience. Use both sides of the field. So I'm hoping that these bands can incorporate that, but I'll just say that's just my strong suggestion that I would like to see from these bands more often, is that they play to both sides instead of just one side. Because, you know, people just don't get their money's worth when it's like that, you know? So, yeah, I haven't seen North Carolina A&T in a while, so be looking out for that from the independent bracket. Nobody really truly voted in the independent bracket, so it'll be a while for y'all to see me again. So, but, you know, that just goes to show you that, you know, I would love to get the independent masses into this. You know, I would love for y'all to be a part of this family. So, let's get into the action. We're just looking for formations, and then we'll double dip and look at the other stuff later. Sound's definitely there. Look very, very clean, NCAT. symbol up in the middle. We got some small 8 to 5 issues here. Looks very clean. Film now feature. Even incorporating the dances with them. Don't worry, we're gonna get a front view of this. So pretty.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the pen of our Chief Arranger, Mr. Aaron J. Campbell, these are the sounds of the blue and gold marching machine.
Okay, NCAT. They're doing that. That was nice. That was nice. Real nice. Okay, let's get some clarification on some formations here. No. Oh yeah, they did do the symbol. Okay. Yeah, I'm skipping ahead, but we're gonna get a good close up on the dance feature and the drumline feature too. Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. One of those drum lines you don't want to mess with. Like, for real, you do not want to mess with cold steel, bruh. Wow, that's crazy. I ain't never seen that before. With his dance feature, and you can see that drum line, that drum major thing. Wow. That's crazy. Alright. We had a drum major feature close to the end. Around this time. They did that. They did that. I know I'm skipping ahead, but I'm trying to catch when that drum major did that thing. Yeah, I knew I wasn't tripping when I saw that. I was like, that's crazy. Yeah, that's crazy. Alright. Alright. That's a nice way to end it, fam. Even the crowd was just like amazed. Like that was an entertaining field show, man. From start to finish. From start to finish, that was an entertaining field show. Alright. So, what is their grade? I mean, look, they got a perfect 30, man. They did not miss at all, fam. They did not miss at all. They did very, very good. They will be receiving some trophy emojis by their name. Okay, when I see them upcoming seasons and up for the rest of the season, that will have these trophy emojis by their name. They did that. Very, 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 very great field show. No complaints at all. Breakdown was there. Everything was there. Very, very strong. Very, very strong field show. Entertaining from start to finish. It was a lot to look at. It was a lot to process. But it was very clean. Sounded clean. The creativity was on a maximum, man. They was really there, man. Dancers brought the heat. We didn't see them just one time. We saw them for 2 times. Like, they did a drum line. They even they incorporated with the drum line feature. Like, that was dope, you know. So I gotta give them that. Like, NCAT really was kicking some ass in this field show. So yes, here it is, ladies and gentlemen. Pow! There it is. Well-deserved dub. Well-deserved dub from NCAT. Like, I can't even complain about that. Like, that was top tier. I think that was one of the best field shows I've seen from them this season. I've seen them sporadically throughout the season, but this right here, yeah, they did that. You can tell they took some time with that one. That was nice. Alrighty. So we're moving on to South Carolina State University. Again, ladies and gentlemen, if y'all made it to this far in the video, please consider liking and subscribing. And if you're part of South Carolina State's family, please consider subscribing to your boy. It means a lot to me. Alright? So, I've been seeing them sporadically throughout the season. The last video I saw them, they went against Prairie A&M. I will be doing an update video with the field shows pretty soon, so be looking out for that pretty soon as well. Haven't forget about that battle. That's still up in the air. But what I ranked that last battle was a tie between them and Prairie View. Very, very close battle, but it's going to come down to halftime. But I got that footage, so don't worry about that. I got y'all. Alright? But we here at the Pepsi right now, so, man, they got a good little record, man. South Carolina State got a good little record, man. So I'm excited to see what they're going to bring in this battle, man. So let's get into it. Okay, drum majors. Okay, start off with the notes. Okay.
From the ATL, music by Outcast. Something realistic. Carolina contribution. ATL waves
Oh, transition to the boombox. Okay. Okay, drum majors. Hey. Okay. They did that. Bongo Brothers.
Bongo Brothers Incorporated, giving you free by T-Pain.
crispy. I hear you. Yeah.
At this time, we pause to honor a legend, Dr. Richard Bickford, Director of Bands at Florida Memorial University, was a visionary, music educator, and community leader who touched thousands of lives over the course of his legendary career. After briefly fighting an illness, he tragically passed away Christmas Eve 2025. We welcome to the field members of his family and members of the Florida Memorial University band staff. We grieve your loss and present these gifts. A card signed by the entire Marshall
Gotta honor him.
family, as well as a platinum forever a symbol of Dr. Bickford's eternal legacy and impact. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand and give a thunderous round of applause for Dr. Richard Bickford. Rest in peace, Dr. Richard Wayne Bickford. Pop the bottles. Make sure you can celebrate your life.
They did that. That was nice.
What happened between you and me stays between you and me. Make sure to erase the text messages. Don't tell nobody. I won't tell if you won't tell. Keep it my little secret. Bites game.
Woo. not expecting that from the twos, bro. Was not expecting that from the tubas. That was clutch.
The 305 and the 954. Put on one, give it to him. Chop, chop, chop his style.
That was nice. That was real nice. That was real nice. You talking about they was putting some work in? They was putting some work in. Alright, so let's give it a grade. Alright, so entrance is a 5. Songs is a 5. Formations is a 5. Dancers is a 5. Breakdowns a 4. Creativity is a 5. They got them a 29, almost a perfect 30, and almost a perfect. That's right there. Right there. So they got them a 29. That is a great field show. Okay, and let me explain why I gave them a 4 in breakdown. Okay, everything was good. Everything was good. I just felt like when it got down to the breakdown department, they had the energy, but it could have been cleaner, if that makes sense. It could have been cleaner. They had the energy, but it was some stuff that can be a tad bit cleaner. The moves could have been a little bit tighter. You know, especially when it came down to them doing splits within the, you know, little ripple effects throughout the band when they was doing that breakdown feature. I just felt like there could have been some smoother portions of it. It's the same thing when it came down to certain dance moves. I felt like certain band members were not truly getting it, it could have been as tighter as it could, So I always say when people are stiff, you got to get them on. You got to get them loose, man. You got to get them loose. But it was still a good field show. They had the energy, but I just feel like that was my one small critique about it. But they got a 29. Still a good grade. Still a great grade. Very entertaining field show from start to finish. I liked how they incorporated music devices, like for the notes, to the boombox, to the turntable. That was pretty cool. And the fact that they made they put the needle on the turntable, that was dope. That was dope. When they put the needle on the turntable, that was real dope. So it was nice. It was real nice. I like I said, I really enjoyed it. I also felt like it was really good to see them pay homage. So that was nice. That was nice of them to do that. They didn't have to do that, but they did. So that was nice. Great field show. Great field show. So here it is, ladies and gentlemen. Payal. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. They got them a passing grade on their record. I will be updating. I will be having an update video sometime next week. So be looking out for that. It's an update video on that battle with them in peer review with their halftime to see if it's a tie or somebody carried. So be looking out for that. Be looking out for that video. Really appreciate y'all for tuning in. Alright, and we're moving on to Bethune-Cookman University. Alright, this is going to be an interesting band, to look at. Not that many people realize how good Bethune-Cookman is until they see them up close and personal. Bethune-Cookman can put that work in. Do not sleep on Bethune-Cookman. They are a phenomenal band. Alright, last time I see them when they went against FAMU. Alright, so I don't know what to expect out of this band, but I'm expecting big things out of this band. Alright, one thing I would say, this band, and these bands coming up, a lot of them do drills as far as them hitting those lines and stuff. So I'm expecting 8 to 5 to be there. Step outs to look clean, and I'm expecting them to get their legs up. If they're out there skating, or if I see snakes on the field, I will call them out on that. So I'm hoping that those lines are very tight. Alright? So also I would say as well is that, there's no favoritism at all. Like I said, I love Bethune-Cookman. Bethune-Cookman's a great band. They've been doing some phenomenal things. That's all I got to say. They've been doing some phenomenal things. So I just really want them to continue to push that ante as far as, hopefully that we can see them do more band battles besides them being at the Battle of the Bands. Like, I would love to see them do a fifth quarter with another band. Just saying. I saw something with them with Alabama A&M, but we're going to get to that when we get to them. Okay, so I will be grading them. I will be having a full session of me grading them sometime soon. So be looking out for those videos. I'm grading their field shows. And, whatever footage I can get from them, I will be grading it and putting some more wins or losses on their record. So it's going to be interesting to see, but I do not know what to expect. So I did enough rambling. I got 2 footages. So this is the back view, and I got one for the front view for the dancers. So when we get to the dancer portion, we're going to use that front view. I don't think it covers the breakdown, but we're going to use that just for the dancers. Okay. So let's get to it.
From the world, from Coach Spanish Beach, Daytona Beach, Florida, to the Pepsi, Battle of the Bands, the energy, the sound, the soul, the standard of HBCU perfection, the marching Wildcats of Bethune-Cookman University, the pride.
Looks clean so far. The symbols kind of hesitated in the beginning. Minor 8 to 5 issues. Very minor. Very minor.
The fanfare.
In the front row.
Red class. No explanations needed. This is what
small 8 to 5 issues in the back. Small 8 to 5 in the back, bro. It's very, you gotta have it tight, bro. Some more small 8 to 5 issues here. Some 8 to 5 issues in the formation with the beat, with the C, and a little bit with the B. Kind of skating in that formation. Close-up view of the girls in the front.
Straight from the golden era of dance floor classics, the soundtrack, the BGs, you should be dancing for Team Carrick-Gould. Formation. We feature our sophisticated flags, painting the air with emotion and spinning the language of love to the 1991 ballad from Mint Condition, Breaking My Heart, Pretty Brown Eyes. Pretty play. Directed by Director of Bands, Dr. Donovan B. Barnes.
That was nice. Very pretty.
Let's do this. Let's go.
Don't cook. Yeah. Look very clean in that breakdown.
Pepsi Energy. Rocket. Brand new. Ink it, spell it, own it, write it, leave it on the field. Long Beach, this is for you. It's real.
I wish I knew what it was.
The Marquee Wildcats, invitation earned, performance delivered.
I wish I would have known what that was. It's like I wish I can take a picture of this and flip it around and see what it is. But it is what it is, though. But was interesting. So let's look at the front view. Hopefully we can see what that looks like as far as that view is concerned. We're gonna get the dancers, and then we'll be done. Gotta get a clean video of the dancers. able just to get a little bit of it. We was able just to get a little bit of it, but I'll take it. I'll take it. I'll take it. All right. So we'll work with that. All right. So what's the grades, ladies and gentlemen? What's the grades? So let's give it to you, raw and uncut. Creativity is a 5. Breakdowns a 5. Dancers is a 5. Formations is a 3. Songs is a 5. Entrance is a 5. Okay? So they end up getting a 28 on that field show. A 28 on that field show. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. It was a strong field show for what it was. Okay? What I would say is that, entertaining, very, very entertaining field show. It had its quirks here and there, but it was just missing the extra oomph in those formations. 8 to 5 was killing them, and the step offs were killing them. Okay, and so it was some parts up in there. They did it sporadically throughout the field show, and I can point them out that they was doing it. Doing line drills are very complicated to do. A lot of people be like, "Oh, well, they just float BCU across the field." Yeah, but do you not know how hard it is to march 8 to 5 consistently? And that's one of those things too. I want to point out, line drills is a beautiful thing to see, but if it's not executed right, it's gonna look bad. And so people can point that out over time. So, but it was not a bad field show. I just say that that's what they need to critique. If I was to critique them on something, it would be their formations. So they need to work on that as far as consistency if they're going to do any more field shows, okay? But let me give that a grade. That's the 28. That's what they made. So that was a passing grade for me. So here it is, ladies and gentlemen. Paya. Put a dub on their name. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. They got them a 28, a passing grade. Not bad. Not bad at all from Bethune-Cookman. Really enjoyed that breakdown a lot. That breakdown was everything. Breakdown was everything. All right. We're moving on to Southern University. Okay, this is going to be interesting to see because this is Southern. Okay, so we saw them recently I did a battle with them, Southern versus Alcorn. So if you want to see that video, please click on the link above. Interesting battle between those two, but Southern University is really good on that field, so don't sleep on them. They are really, really good on that field, especially when it comes down to line drills. That's kind of like their specialty. So, a lot of people have been thinking that, just because they didn't do something like unique as far as put like a person on the field doesn't mean that they didn't do good. No, man, don't sleep on them line drills. Those line drills are what make or break a band. Real bands can do that too, So not every band can march 8 to 5 consistently. So that was the thing for Bethune-Cookman, but we here with Southern, so you get what I'm saying. But same thing like I was saying before, I'm looking for step-offs to look wrong, looking for 8 to 5 to look clean, looking for them to get their legs up. So I'm looking for all those little small details in there for them as far as consistency. So I'm looking for all that, but I think Southern might got it. I don't know. So we're going to see. This is a mature Southern, so we'll see. But if it don't look good, I'm going to call them out on it. You got to remember, this is the Band of the Year winner. Okay? This is the Band of the Year winner. So we're going to see who won this. Let's see. Let's see what they got. All right, Southern. Some small step-off issues here. Looks clean though. Small 8 to 5 issues there. Very small. Another mess up.
by Stevie Wonder. Late. Directed by Director Dr. Kendrick Taylor.
Pretty.
South Florida, make some noise! Hey, the jukebox just too dumb with it. We got a little surprise for you. I mean, a big surprise.
Alrighty, let's give it a grade. That was an interesting field show from Southern. It definitely was. Definitely was an interesting field show from them. I gotta give it a grade though, man. So let's see. Alright, so entrance, I'm gonna give entrance a 5. Songs, I'm gonna give songs a 5. Formations, I'm gonna give it a 4. Dancers, I'm gonna give dancers a 3. Breakdown, I'm gonna give breakdown a 4. Creativity, I'm gonna give creativity a 5. Okay? And I'm gonna explain why. Alright? Let's see what they made first. I got them a 26. A 26. That was not a passing grade by me. They missed it by 1 point. 1 point. Okay, and I'm gonna explain why. Alright? So when we look at the formations, I gave them a 4. There was some parts in there that could just be a little bit tighter. You got to remember, drills are is a hard thing to pull off. But I don't think that was the tell of the tape for them. They just had some minor 8 to 5 issues, but that was very strong for them. When we get down to the dancers messed up their stunt in the beginning, and there was a part when one of the dancers failed. Okay, so they got a 3 for that. Breakdown was a 4. Breakdown was very strong for the majority. I just felt like it could be just a tad bit cleaner. Just a tad bit cleaner. But that ended up making that grade a 26. Okay? A 26. But more so the dancers kind of hurt them more than anything. What I would say also, to give another critique as well, songs, the beginning of the certain songs, high brass, especially in the beginning, you do not hang over. Just because you play loud does not mean it sounds good. So just wanted to throw that out there as well. But I didn't knock them off on that. I gave them a 5 for that. So they still passed that. But I just felt like this could have been a passing grade if the dancers didn't mess up. You know what I'm saying? So that's all I gotta say. Everything else is pretty good. It's just the dancers kind of hurt them in this field show. All right, so they got them a 26. A 26. All righty. But they still got an impressive record, though. So, I mean, it shouldn't be nothing for y'all to get upset about either, though. Because, I mean, Southern did pretty good. All right. So, FAMU. Yeah, there we go. So, we made it to FAMU, the last band in this series of me grading field shows for this Pepsi 2026 Battle of the Bands, okay? This is the National Battle of the Bands, so I'm excited to see what they're going to bring. You know, FAMU was not too thrilled that Southern beat them at the Band of the Year, so I'm expecting FAMU to bring that intensity, stuff that needs to be put on. This field show is 23 minutes long and some change, almost 24 minutes long. So this is a long field show. So I'm expecting them to do a whole lot. I need them to impress me. Also, I'm going to switch up their grading scale because they do not have any dancers. Usually I give them an exemption. So I would not count them as that, but we're going to take away that, all right, for them. They will no longer get an exemption from me in that category. We just don't grade it, okay? But they're going to have to give me extra creative points in order for them to pass, okay? So instead of them having a max of 5 creative points, they will have 10 creative points they can max out on, okay? In order to compensate for the dancers not being there, all right? I feel like that's fair for FAMU because this band can give you a lot of creative moments, so that's what we're going to rock with, all right, for the rest of the season as far as me grading their field shows, all right? So I do not know what to expect from them, but I'm excited. If you're new to the channel, please consider liking and subscribing. Don't forget, at the end of this, close to the end of this video, after this, I will be putting a ranking system up. So don't go nowhere after this so you know where your band stacks up all together and who was the strongest band. All right? So with that being said, let's get into the action.
Please welcome our drum majors, known as the Magnificent Six. But Breton, you waited long enough. Hunter, it's all yours. And now, the moment you've been waiting for.
Start off with the action.
Perfection in musicianship, precision in art, dedication to service. You know who it is. So well. Artist.
rung the bell. That's pretty cool. Very cool. That's real cool.
If I'm not mistaken, didn't someone try to do this?
At the scramble,
When it comes
the rivalry again is crucial. The rivalry is crucial now. They did not like losing the battle fans, bro.
start looking for the instruments.
They did not like losing the band of the year. They did not like that.
And before you is the number one ESPN Band of the Year. Please welcome Dr. Ralph Jean-Paul. What we're going to do right here is go back the year 1988. If I say Keith Sweat, what you going to say? Make it last forever. From our arranger, Professor Richard Sargent.
Very pretty.
We feature our fat core.
Like the flagpole.
Just in case you didn't know, there's a difference between experience and experience. If you can have your attention, please. May I have your attention? We'd like to take this opportunity to honor FAMU alumnus and South Florida's legend, Dr. Richard Bedford, who passed away on December 24th. With baton in the hands of our director, Dr. Shelby R. Chipman, please, at this time, loan us your eyes. To 1989, on the campus of FAMU, known as BEC.
gonna be a random commercial. Wow. Spell that.
BECK. Remember, God never sends you into a situation alone. God goes before you. He stands beside you. He works behind you. Whatever situation you have right now, be confident because God is with you. The Fan of the Year trophy is named after our founder, Dr. William P. Foster. Let's show them now why. And now, the experience.
jumped over 2 of them. Wow, that's crazy. That's some serious athleticism.
This is our moment of silence for Dr. Richard Beckford.
He almost didn't get it out. Yeah. That was pretty cool. Alrighty. Let's give that a grade. Very, very entertaining field show from FAMU, ladies and gentlemen. Very, very entertaining field show. So, let's give it a grade. Entrance is a 5. Songs is a 5. Formations is a 5. Dancers, they have no dancers, so they don't get any for that. Breakdown was a 4. Okay? Creativity was a 10. Okay? So, they end up getting a 29. Alright? So, almost a perfect. Almost a perfect and almost a perfect 30. Really, 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 really good field show. Great field show. It was very entertaining. I enjoyed it. Definitely enjoyed it. It was very, very entertaining. Only thing, minor critique, is that I just felt like the breakdown can just be a tad bit cleaner. You know, it was just some bandsmen that was kind of like stationary when other bandsmen was moving. There was some bandsmen that would kind of forgot their moves, if that makes sense. So I knocked them off of that. And it wasn't just one time, it was multiple times that they did that. Okay? So, whenever, I could spot that. It's a lot of them in this band. So, but when I was able to spot it out, I was able to spot it out. So that's just what it is. But they still get a good passing grade. So here it is, ladies and gentlemen. Hiya. Put a dub on their name. Well-deserved dub from FAMU, ladies and gentlemen. Well-deserved dub. Alright? So, this is interesting, ladies and gentlemen. So, we want to know who was the strongest band out of the group. Okay? We had Florida Memorial, we had NCAT, South Carolina State, Bethune-Cookman Southern, and FAMU. Alright? So, some of these grades match each other. Okay? But we're going to start with the strongest group. Okay? We have NCAT, which is number 1. They got first place, ladies and gentlemen. NCAT got first place for me. They had a phenomenal field show. They put on a clinic on that field, ladies and gentlemen. Very, very, very entertaining field show. I enjoyed every bit of that. Every bit of it. It was never a dull moment. It was always something to look at. Even when it came down to the drumline feature, it was there. I got to give it to NCAT. Now, in second place, we tied for South Carolina State and FAMU, okay? South Carolina State and FAMU. So, who would be over each other, okay? If I was to say something, if I was to say, hey, this band was stronger than the other, it's nothing but love here, but I would have to give, as far as field show-wise, I would have to give it to FAMU, okay? I would have to give it to FAMU. Okay. So that's just me, and then South Carolina State after that. It was just FAMU had a whole lot of extra time to do what they needed to do. They even incorporated their band directors, and they paid homage. I'm not knocking what South Carolina State did, but I feel like FAMU's performance was just a tad bit stronger than South Carolina State University's. So that's my opinion for that. For third place, okay, we had a tie for third place. Okay, we had Florida Memorial and we had Bethune-Cookman. Okay. If I'm going to grade something, and this just me, just going off the dome of things, my thing is this. Bethune had a complicated drill, even though it looked simple, as far as them floating BCU over across the field, that was very hard for them to pull off. But when we look at things as far as Florida Memorial, they had a stronger drill than Bethune-Cookman. And I think I will go with Florida Memorial over Bethune-Cookman and for this one. They both have even grades, so I can't say which one was better as far as grade-wise, but I feel like Florida Memorial was stronger than Bethune-Cookman. And then in fourth place, we have Southern University. That's not me picking on Southern, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not picking on Southern. But as far as all the dancers is concerned, their dancers were not strong in their performance in this one, okay? And that hurt their grades tremendously in this. There was 1 point away from getting a passing grade, but, it is what it is. Every dog has their day. But, as far as the strongest band is concerned, I have to give it to NCAT. NCAT had the strongest band out of the collective. If I was to rewatch all these shows, I would enjoy NCAT's better than everybody else's. That's just my opinion. Don't shoot the messenger. Okay? Don't shoot the messenger. Alright? So, with that being said, I really appreciate y'all so much for tuning in. I'm finna get up out of here, man. And I'm going to be grading their band battles pretty soon. So, be looking out for that video soon. Okay? I'm going to get up out of here, man. And, deuces.